And we're live.
And we're live. Hello, everyone, to all our fellow VSs. So welcome to the VS Hour, and where we will deliver the best heart-hitting conversations with topics that will make you ponder over and over again. So do share this video to your friends and family if you have any suggestions. So I forgot to on my camera. I'm so sorry. Hi everyone. Welcome to the VS Hour. Yeah. So do share this video to your friends or family, and if you have any suggestions for future episodes, comment down below this live video or email us at bsauce2013@gmail.com. Okay, that's bsauce2013@gmail.com. Right.
Okay, so before we begin, just a disclaimer that the views and opinions of the host do not reflect the views and opinions of the show, the management of this page, and the organizations that the hosts are affiliated with. Now, here are your hosts.
Hi guys, I'm Brenda.
Hi, cool people. How's it going? I'm Sal.
Okay, hey, it's Krisa. And
Hello,
next.
what's up?
Intro yourself.
I'm Nemo. Hello.
Auto
Sorry,
weapon.
there's Wi-Fi problem.
Wi-Fi problem.
Leg.
Hi
My game
everybody.
lagging.
Hi everybody. Keith here. It's great to hang out with you all tonight.
And I have a feeling that Kim is starting to regret this.
I'm like, It's
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
So
Nino,
before
go.
we begin, so just a backstory of our group, this clique. So how did we really come together, guys? Let's give a bit of a throwback to our fellow BSs out there. There's 3 live viewers. Yay, hi to our viewers, the 3 of you. Probably my mom will be one of them. Okay, yeah. So how did we
I
really...
can see your mom messaging in the
Yeah, I think
in the
I
comment.
think so. Our first episode, right, is about the power of music, and I think it's a good topic to start off with because that's how we started off as well. Like we all came together because we wanted to do something related to a cappella. But then I actually don't really remember details of how we all managed to connect one another. So I remember Brenda was the one that texted me, hey, do you want to join this a cappella thingy with this other friend? And then I decided to pull in Nino. But I don't know where did Keith and Krisa come from. So maybe you want to give like a little bit of a memory jog for the rest of us, Brent.
Yes, Brenda, go
Okay,
ahead.
so first it was another friend that created the group and then messaged in a separate group. Oh, they're creating an a cappella group. Is there anyone interested? So because I remember that Krisa and Sal both like to sing, so I thought I'd message both of them. Hey, there's this thing. Are you interested to join? And that's how they started pulling other people in. And then Keith was completely separate. He was contacted completely separately as of no relation to me. So he joined on his own. Yeah.
I was calling by the guy that started all this. He was like, oh, you can beatbox, right? So it's like, oh, let's join this acapella thing, and try things out. Yeah. So I think that is how I got to know. And then he also knew that I knew some of y'all, like Brenda and Krisa. I'm not sure whether I knew Celeste then.
I think we knew each other from this leadership training camp.
LTC back in JC, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so long ago, eh? Oh my god.
Yeah, that was
2013.
Okay, don't remind people of our age.
It's okay. It's in our
Sorry.
email, guys. It's in our email. So
Yes.
if you know how our group started, just look at our email.
Okay.
So wait, so let's have a recap. So who recruited who? I remember Sal recruited me into the group. Then who? Brenda?
So I recruited both Sal and Krisa.
Sal and Krisa.
So then Sal recruited you, Nino, and then Keith was recruited directly by the other guy.
I was
By
outsourced.
the other guy.
This feels like a pyramid scheme. Hey guys, you want to join this thing called the
Yeah.
acapella, but we are not selling any products. Just have to refer someone you know who can sing or beatbox, whatever that works.
Yeah, sounds like
Yeah.
something. And if you refer to 2 other people, you get like a extra step in your musical career.
Okay, but anyway, so I think we went really like we went sideways with the topic, but I think like the thing that we want to convey is like this is an example of like the power of music, because even though eventually the so-called talent show that was in the school was pushed back by a year, and we ended up practicing for nothing.
Yeah, I remember that was really
We
funny.
never performed.
We never ever did perform like together as a group. Like back then we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like crazy over pentatonics. They were like our prime role
Idol.
models or example.
Role
Yeah.
model.
And
Yes.
but then I think like as a unintended consequence, or rather I would say a very welcome consequence, we all stuck around, and we are like friends till now. We don't hate each other, and we are doing this together. So I think that's pretty powerful, isn't it? Like social as music as like a social glue or something. Does that make sense?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it
if we
does, it
hated one another, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
that is true. That
The
is
fact that
true.
we decided to commit
Or
to
like
this.
the hate has evolved into love already.
I thought it's the other way around. But anyways, that
Love
is besides.
Love hate, right? Love hate
Yes.
relationship
Yeah,
along the way.
relationship.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we can't run away from this, so might as well just stay and make the best out of it.
Well, look at where we've arrived at. 8 years, guys.
8 years.
We're still strong, very
Yes,
strong.
8 years.
You know, stop reminding us of how old we are.
Yeah.
We don't need to know.
No one knows our age, by the way. So yeah.
I
You
mean,
literally
No.
put it in the email, Nino. They can
No, as in
count.
our own age.
They're
It's okay,
gonna
guys.
find out.
We're
They're
all
gonna
the
find
same
out.
age.
No
already.
age.
We're all the same age.
yeah.
Yeah, we're all in the same age.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
mental
so
age, we
by
don't
the
know
way,
lah.
yeah, so moving on to our main discussion for tonight. So as you can see from our promo post, episode 1 is all about the power of music. So the very first question that I will pose on you guys. So how can it really bring people together? Like our group is like one of the examples that music, music really, bond us together as one group until now. Yeah. So how can music really bring people together?
Or rather, I think the other question would be, how did you feel that music played a part in gelling us together? Yeah.
I guess I can say first. Like music, I don't know. Music brings a very interesting. I think people have said, like experts have said a lot of times. It's like music is a language all on its own. And
Yeah.
it's a language that everyone can learn lah. And you don't need to be an expert in playing music to know music. Like we are exposed to music when we're young through like nursery rhymes, through Baby Shark and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
And then and then like whether or not you like Baby Shark or not, it has bring an impact to society, just like any other song. And and just by the sheer flexibility and like diversity of how music has evolved to today, right? That you can like throw a stone at anyone in the world, right, and they'll have some common favorite song with you lah. Yeah, and that's what I feel that like that how it brings people together is that like it's something that anyone can talk about, no matter where you want to go. Yeah.
So you're like saying that music transcends all language. Right? I mean, because
Yes.
we don't really need like to know the language to know the emotions of the song, or right to know the mood of the song.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
That's
what I
how
mean?
that's why K-pop fans are global.
Yes, K-pop fans.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of my friends, they know a lot of Korean songs or Japanese songs for that matter, or any kind of songs with other languages, but they don't understand the meaning behind it. Thailand also. Yeah,
It's just like
so-
when you tattoo something on your arm, you don't understand it, but you just like it.
You put a Japanese word right on your arm.
That's the one of the power of music, you see, guys. Like, yeah, you don't need to understand the meaning of the language in order to connect with music, and makes you connect with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have the same taste of genre, or the same language that we like, and through music, it brings us together in a sense. Right? What can you say, Krista?
There's a sudden arrow. I wasn't expecting a sudden arrow. Oh my god.
She got caught off guard.
It is not for your uni
Was like waiting
CA.
for her.
This is not for continual assessment points. There's no points in it. So even if you like flunk it doesn't matter.
Like bring it back to my uni days where we're in like orientation.
But yeah, I agree. It brings people together. You don't have to know the language to appreciate music, because there's even music that doesn't have any lyrics, right? So
Yes,
yeah, it
instrumental
connects
music.
people together. And then, Brenda,
okay.
anything to add?
what about guys, so what about like people, because so far we are talking about people who consume music, right? Like people who listen to music. But how about
Yeah.
people who produce them? People who produce
Yeah.
them, people who perform them. What do you think about that? Like
Artists.
you know,
Like, you can send out your message to other people, and then you can find people who relate to you.
that's
Yeah.
also true.
Yeah, I think it's quite obvious, but I think this kind of happenings are more common overseas rather than in Singapore, actually, where it's quite common, they have like overseas they have stuff such as random pianos that they put around the community, and then people can just go and
Right.
Jam, right?
yeah, they can just jam and just play. Yeah,
And
and
it's
The
ad
order
hoc.
is super good.
yeah, and it's ad hoc, and like maybe it can be people of two different nationalities speaking completely different languages, and then two of them, but they can just pair up and perform a duet, just
Like spontaneously.
yeah,
right?
spontaneously. So I mean, definitely music does have a lot of social impacts, yeah.
I guess. But I think it's also like, what about if we talk about like instrumentalists, like people who play music together, like if let's say I don't know, as in coming from like this CCA where we all perform like band performances every now and then, right? Like I do see its magic, because some people, when two musicians, right, whether is it a guitarist, bassist, percussionist, whatever, whenever they find, hey, somebody like the same weird genre, this weird artist that nobody really knows about, and they happen to find someone else, and then when they pray and everything, that kind of glitter in their eyes, it's very hard to describe that kind of feeling. It's as though someone else knows you, like just by that common
By looking in their
interest.
eyes.
I mean,
that what do you call that?
telepathy. They call
Telepathy,
telepathy,
yes.
because
Yeah.
you have the same taste for that weird music. I don't know. It can be some basic pop song also lah, but you know what I mean. That kind of musical spark, not the romantic spark, the musical spark. It's very
Like the
hard to
old-
describe, yeah.
And it's not only, like, this kind of artists. It can be fans of, this kind of artist. So, for example, I'm a fan of this very popular violinist YouTube channel called Two Set Violin.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So,
They're
I
really
mean,
good.
their fans are called Ling Ling, the Ling Ling, and they
What,
have that
Ling
Ling Ling
Ling?
40 hours. Yeah.
How do you spell that? L-I-N-G?
Ling.
Ling.
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically, right, you will find their fans in any music, almost every music video. There'll be a comment there on Ling Ling. So I mean, there are people from different countries playing. All the fans, some play instruments, some don't play, some play violin, some play cello, double bass, piano, whatever. But basically they all come together because they also have the same interest in music, although it's not even the same instrument. Yeah, so definitely it's more than it doesn't only
of
involve like
course.
producers, musicians, and all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think it's more of like what I was trying to convey is like because of the similar taste in music, and also the like the way they when you know during practice when you hear that someone else's instrument is harmonizing to yours, right? And you guys play together, mesh together like so well. It's very difficult to find that kind of I don't know how to describe it in English, but in Mandarin we call
Is
it
it like when we sing together like that?
that kind of harmonizing feeling. But in Chinese it's called 默契, but I'm not sure how to say it in English. You know what I mean? Like
harmony, like
compatibility.
Yeah, that kind of compatibility, but not just compatibility, but there's something like more magical, more like deeper than that.
Like you sing a song, right? Then like someone like harmonizes you, it just feels good.
It just feels good. Yeah, it just fits together, and it kind of make you feel like wow, that kind of wow feeling. Like
it's like when you're like inside the room, right? Then you start singing, then suddenly someone behind you starts to harmonize. Then you look at each other's eyes, and then
hey, what if it's just a bit
too far?
Yeah, Nino, what's with you and looking into someone else's eyes?
Maybe I watch too much drama or something.
No, Nino has an eye fetish.
No, because everything else is covered by the mask. That's why you can only look at the eyes.
But that is true.
No, because
that
eyes,
they
said, guys, you know what? They said eyes are the window to the soul. Yes.
Wow. What is so
yeah, you said in someone's eyes, you know what the person is feeling, like thinking. That's the beauty of staring. You're not staring, glancing.
Across the room. I think that's a bit impossible.
The dares or whatever. You know, those
it's like guys. It's like, you know, in Pitch Perfect, right? When one of the girls was like singing in the bathroom, then after that, the girl suddenly starts to harmonize behind her while she's showering. Remember the scene? I think it was the
very start. It's the very start, Pitch Perfect.
Anna Kendrick, Pitch Perfect 1. Anna Kendrick was singing Titanium while she was showering. Then after that, there's this woman behind, suddenly, you know, starts to harmonize with her. Then the woman, I don't know, the girl opened the shower, what do you call it? The shower curtain. And then Anna Kendrick was,
what do you call it?
No, what the? Yeah, then she said, you can sing. I know I can sing, but you don't need to open the shower curtain. Remember that scene?
Yes.
You go check it out. Yeah.
It was quite funny. What's up? I do feel that, like, how you say, like, for people and artists that can really convey such strong emotions into their songs, right? It's like you really need to be good at the song, good at whatever you're playing as well. It's like you realize people like Coldplay and stuff like that, right? Like they know how to convey the emotion through very rigidly systematic style of music like piano and stuff like that. Like if you think about it, you only have 12 notes. Right?
But you don't have to be good in order for it to connect to
people. But it's very hard to have that same good feeling, right? If you hear someone like I'm not gonna talk down on people, but this is what I feel is like.
But this is what you're exactly doing.
You know, as in like I'm just saying it's like it's very hard. It's not saying that there's no emotion. I'm saying that it's like if I sing really badly, right? Even though I'm really feeling it from my heart, right? But the people that hear it might not feel the same way because of how badly I'm singing.
We'll feel different kinds of emotions.
Yes, you feel different kinds of emotions.
No, because you know why, guys? If the person who's singing, right, cannot sing, and then the person who's hearing it also cannot sing, then they'll be able to connect to each other. You know what I mean?
So it's like same frequency, right?
Same frequency.
So if the person who's singing it can sing, and the person who is hearing it also can sing, you can connect better. You know what I mean?
Similar skill set, is it? But I feel like
I don't think it works that way, Nino.
Yeah,
I think that's too far.
Yeah, that's just a little bit far.
We're not radio frequencies.
But I agree with Keith though, because if you don't have like certain level of skill set, right? Like at least you are not at least if you are not at least no, that doesn't mean
if you're not proficient enough in like a certain instrument or up to a certain point, then it definitely is not easy. It's like, let's say, you know, you're singing a song and you're completely out of tune, out of key. I mean, you're completely offbeat as well. It's going to be
Yeah.
hard to,
It's evoking different kinds of
Yeah.
emotions. Not
Like,
Anger,
likely people would just want you to shut up instead.
No, but
instead
if
of wanting
like
to continue.
if say the song itself already has like I don't know a strong background, like it's already linked to something, whether you sing it very nicely or not, it'll still connect to people. Like, like
But
example, like I don't know, like National Day song, like you can just sing super out of tune, but people will still get it.
and people just scream together, right? Like
Yeah,
stand up for Singapore, and then like they just
shout
go
together and
everywhere.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
Like, yeah, I think it really depends, lor. If it's a performance, I would prefer if they can sing well.
Then
You
it's
know,
better.
but if
It's
it's
easier to relate, right?
yeah, if it's like a congregation of people that sings together, right? You realize that the need to be on key is no longer a fact,
It's no
lah.
longer a requirement.
Yeah, it's like I think the
Outgoing
artist.
though.
I think there was this saying in the art world. It's like it takes like what 10 years to paint like an adult, and then it takes 20 years to paint like a child again.
Is that from
and like,
Wikipedia? I'll Google.
But Keith,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's I think that's a completely different context, you know. I think where that phrase comes from, right? Basically, it takes 10 years to paint like professionally like an artist, but what they mean by it takes 20 years to paint like a child, it's to gain back your creativity that you had as a child instead of
like
painting
a blank canvas.
instead of painting, you know, rigidly according to how society wants you to conform, what society likes and all that kind of stuff. So I think, you know, it's a different meaning.
No, but I think like
I get where Keith is coming from, but it's just a wrong usage of the phrase.
But I think like we all have like a baseline of how some things should sound like, you know, how a song, how a melody, how good the person should be at the very least for it to be able to effectively connect with somebody else with the performance, with the song, or like as simple as playing an instrument together. Yeah, but then the thing is also like, as far as so two musicians can be super duper proficient or equally proficient, but they do not have that same compatibility when they play. So I don't know, like when you actually get that kind of feeling, it's really different. It's very special. If you get where I'm coming from.
Definitely, because I mean because musicians themselves have their own personality. So if they have the kind of personalities that are a lot more, you know, more of a soloist, it's going to be hard for them to kind of adjust. It will show through in the music somehow, and it's going to be a bit hard for them to adjust to, you know, having to kind of duet to like with someone
like
else.
In a band.
But I think like steering slightly away from the topic a bit about the power of music, right? I think like it's possible to find like how to say, a soloist is still able to find someone who can allow the soloist to play free at the same time, how to say, going together with his style of playing. Because some people they play background, right? That doesn't mean that they can really complement a soloist very, very well. It takes a very special kind of skill set to do that, I think.
Yeah, I get what I mean. Like me myself included, like I've also like helped some people also, right? But I can't solo. That kind of thing. So it's like
I mean, but okay, speaking of emotions, then I don't know, like for me, like songs or rather music, right, tends to be something that I use to boost my mood. Like
your emotions,
like because some people, like, I don't know, I think Krisa, you like to listen to sad songs, right? So you just listen to sad songs and cry even more. But then for me, right, whenever I feel very down, I tend to listen to funky songs, like things
songs.
that very upbeat songs, like jazz, hip hop, or like basically funk, like things that you use for your locking dances. I don't know, like it just have that kind of healing properties.
Like lift up your mood kind of
Yes,
music.
uplifting. I think that's the word you're trying to.
Okay, before we move on to this emotion, so the question that we can pose to our BSS, our viewers, is how does music really impact you emotionally? Yeah, and what is the kind of go-to song that you really listen to? Songs that will boost your mood, that kind like. So, what are your
Or when you don't go to the
responses?
gym, like what do you listen
Yeah.
to when you go to the gym? I don't know. It's very hard to imagine someone listening to Taylor Swift, like those slow Taylor Swift songs while pumping iron at the gym. It's so I don't know, it just feels very weird.
How
To me,
about
to
Celine
me. But
Dion? Celine Dion.
my heart will
Houston.
go on. Then you pump like
Yeah.
10 kg
You're the
on
reason
your
for the teardrops on my
yeah,
So
I
you're.
think
Mm.
yeah, so like in terms of emotions, I don't know. How do you like so on your day to day, like does like music ever help you feel better about, or do you just allow music to make you feel even worse? I don't know. Like some people like to
I
wallow
think
and then
I
just
think
cry and then yeah.
for me, right, I think it really depends on my mood. So for example only, don't judge me. For example, I've just recently broken up with my girlfriend or yeah. So I tend to listen to more sad songs, you see. Like emotional songs that, will make me let it out, and songs that, will just make me realize that, it's over already. So you can't really bring back the whatever has happened. Yeah.
Don't look back in anger, I heard you say.
Yeah, but after that, once you've felt that I've already moved on, so you start to listen to more upbeat songs. That's for me. And guys, it's just an example, okay? It doesn't mean I am single. Okay.
I thought you were like trying to tell the world you're single.
Hey
That's why
guys,
I
I'm
said for
single.
example. When I said before I said my life, right? I
It's
said for
Well,
example.
it's a good platform for self promotion to increase your chances. Nino.
this is not a dating channel, by the way.
Yeah, we're not
Yes, for
dating,
those who
guys.
are for those who are single, PM is the key.
What PM is a key?
It's one of the famous phrases that Filipinos would use lah. PM is the
Today
key.
we
Private
learn.
message is the key. Yeah, something like
Today we
that.
learn something new.
It's called sliding into your DMs.
Sliding to
Be
DMs
very
for
good.
Singaporean millennials, alright?
Yeah, that's
Or Gen Z.
right.
Yeah, so guys, what are your go-to songs, by the way?
I thought we posted it.
Brenda? Like, what kind of examples? Like, specific ones?
My go-to songs, really? You want to hear? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like most of mine are
Oldies.
No,
Oh, no.
her song tastes are 0 to 100.
No,
We
it's
have
0
both.
and 100. It's not 0 to
Yes,
100.
correct.
there's no in
between.
between, It's only there's no in between.
If you look at the distribution curve, right, there's only 2 points. There's
There
only
isn't
like
even a
0.
curve.
Yeah, there wasn't a curve. There's just 2 points.
So what are the 2 points?
It's like
So it's either
hardcore punk rock.
oldies, it's either oldies, okay, or it's
Japanese.
just rock.
And then some cutesy songs, right? I know you have some cutesy songs that you do listen to, and then like all of a sudden the next song is just what the actual heck is that?
When there's song choice, right, it's either you listen to music which are twice as old as you, or
80s.
you end up like listening to a song, right, that you need to take a shower to afterwards. Because it's like
Shower?
Wait. Okay, it's not
Your
twice
palate
as old.
cleansing.
I have songs that are up to 2010s, okay, but that's like
up to 2010s. The keyword here
A
is up
calendar
to.
year stop there.
majority of it stops
Her
there.
services had stopped afterwards.
No, because
Yeah.
2019 happened, so that's why I guess.
I mean, like most of I do listen to 2021, but I mean the 2021 songs are like not English. Yeah, that's if you're talking about English, they mostly stop at like 2010, 2011. A few, okay, I mean, apart from a few bands that are still releasing albums, the rest pretty much dead, disbanded. Or
That's
they
true.
But
really
are you like
start
open to
testing.
new music? Like if we introduce you new music.
It's not that I'm not open, but it's whether it can, catch my interest. It's of course a different method. It's not that I don't know.
Brenda is very choosy.
Yeah, it's not that I don't know pop songs. I know pop songs. I mean, if we go karaoke, I can sing them. It's just, will I listen to it? It's a completely different question.
Maybe my grandmother's back in Philippines will be able to relate to
Maybe. Likely they will.
Or maybe you steal the mic from them often.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can sing along to the songs that I want to sing.
But then how does that impact you emotionally? Like,
I mean, okay, mostly I guess the oldies it's for nostalgia, cause like I grew up listening to 90.5 since a very young age, like since 3 or something like that. I started fiddling with, last time we used to have the big old radios where you have to manually tune to the radio stations. Yeah, so
Chinese version.
Yeah, so I used to grow up listening to 90.5 like 24/7. So I only knew oldies. That's like literally my childhood. Even up to when I entered primary school, when they used to sell CDs, the albums, I would look for oldies, like the whole compilation of oldies. So
people sing Baba Black Sheep, you sing what? I
grew up Pretenders and all that. Okay, it's a completely
The Great Pretenders. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Platters. I grew up on like a completely different time frame from you guys.
Environment.
I have no idea like what Brenda just listed.
Yeah. I have no idea as well. Can you imagine, right? When you're in primary school, then the music teacher decides to make things interesting and ask you guys, oh, what is your favorite song right now? Everyone will be like listening to some pop songs of that time, or maybe like some nursery rhymes. Then Brenda will come up with this, The Pretenders. No, Avril Lavigne is very new. Oh, Avril Lavigne will be the very common like favorite song because it's very.
It was our like primary school era.
It's like the hey you that kind. I don't like your girlfriend.
That's the time where Brenda will know who can she connect with. Like, oh, I also know that song. You get what I mean? Like your classmates are like, oh, that's weird, but then I still also know that song.
I think Brenda will connect with the teacher because the teachers listen to the same song as she does.
No, okay. In primary school and secondary school, I also listened to like, all those emo rocks like My Chemical Romance, Linkin Park, that Avril Lavigne. Yeah, but it pretty much, stopped there. Like, I didn't really become very fond of songs. The songs that were being released, from JC onwards.
Oh, okay. So basically, Brenda went back in time and then she stopped in the middle of it went forward.
I did not go back in time. I listened to what I listened to in my childhood.
You know what?
What is the newest song you have listened to recently, Brenda?
It's a Japanese song that was recently released in 2021. So,
I mean,
okay. We'll give you the credit for listening.
Not bad.
To these times.
I mean, English. I know the names of recent English songs, but I mean probably the most recent English song would be Eminem's songs, but that's about it, I think.
I don't even know Eminem's songs.
It's okay, I don't too.
That's a sweet.
I also don't.
Still, that's a sweet. It's very nice.
What?
Eminem's sweet.
It's a candy.
Eminem is...
The chocolate I know.
Yeah, chocolate I know.
M&M's, guys.
They also got songs.
Eminem.
You're talking about music, right? You're not talking about like chocolate
No.
types,
But guys,
brands, Ferrero Rocher, Kit Kat.
So Brenda, right? Brenda, you so your influence is mostly came from the people that listen like who plays the radio back then. So you just started to listen.
Like your parents,
listen to it. Your parents or grandmother. So they play the radio and you kind of
yeah. So but pretty much actually I learned my parents didn't teach me how to tune the radio, but somehow I kind of figured out on my own, and I would always just tune on 90.5. So Brian Richmond was like my go-to listening radio DJ at night.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, that's
So
interesting.
the rest of you guys, do you have the same experience where your parents will play those old, nostalgic songs or music?
I mean, I grew up listening to Celine Dion. Does that count? Because my mom just plays her CD every day. So,
Oh, it's not even radio, it's CD, is it?
yeah, it's CD.
This
She
is
has like a
atas.
collection of CDs.
Atas, this is a different
Collection.
level.
So every album of Celine Dion, she has like one of
Yeah,
those.
she has almost all the albums. But other than Celine Dion, it's like country songs.
Country
And
Road Take
I
Me
don't
Home, is
remember. Yeah, I remember that. There's still a few more that I don't really remember, but yeah. So like they just play those. I grew up listening to those. I sing to those.
And
Yeah,
then
but after that,
music taste there does get influenced by these, right? Exposure. I don't know.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
but I was exposed to a huge variety also because there's also Chinese songs that my cousins or relatives they listen to. Like they all listen to Chinese songs. So like whenever if I go to their house or whatever, the only music there is Chinese song. Then I'll be like, what song is this? Yeah. So then in school, for example, or like when my parents are driving, they're on the radio. So every day is like different exposure. So I don't know. It helps you to like it lets you discover what do you like and what do you not like. Then ultimately today you know like what kind of music to go for, what is like not really your thing. Yeah.
Like the
That's true.
genre that you really
you'll go to,
would
right?
go to. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Like
you
you-
know, like, yeah. I grew up listening to Thai songs for some reason.
Thai songs.
Wait.
Of all the nationalities,
I
Like
don't
does
know.
anyone
Thai.
in your family know how to speak Thai or
No,
something?
nobody in my family knows how to
Sawadika.
speak Thai except for me. I
Wait,
I
so
know
Also, you
how to-
speak Thai?
You know how
You
to
speak
speak
Thai?
Thai?
conversational only. At least I know how to converse with the locals a little bit and bargain like at the night markets a little
We
bit.
need to bring her to our
To
next
Thailand.
Bangkok trip.
No, okay, that's
Yes.
just the but then like
We
that-
need some conversational skills.
We need
Okay,
to bring
Like
you
I
to
know you
Northern
for 8 years.
Miles.
It's my first time knowing that you speak Thai.
Same.
Sawadika.
Oh my gosh.
ดิฉัน
Wait, you all
ชื่อ
didn't
ค่ะ
know earlier? I thought
I
you
didn't
I didn't know.
Oh my
No
goodness,
one
this is only
knows.
the first
I don't-
episode.
I don't know.
I don't
You guys
think I
don't?
remember her
Okay,
saying
see,
that.
this is
she
how
speaks
strong
Thai.
our friendship is, people. Look at this. 8 years and we are still like, oh,
We
you don't
you
know
guys
this kind of
do.
thing.
We needed a podcast to discover these things about each other. You know, like no, okay, but
So
anyways,
it brings
back then,
people together.
yeah, back then, right? You know, the China dolls was very, very popular across Asia, in Taiwan, Thailand, and eventually in Malaysia and Singapore. So they were selling mad, you know, all their Thai songs. So like when I was like 3 or 4, my mom will play the CD when she want to go away and do her chores, right? Then she'll play the CD with the music video. But then no YouTube, and then there's only the CD and the television, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then they play, she'll play it. Then I will look at the music video, then I can dance to Thai songs. I don't even know what it meant. I just sing together with it and I just dance. Then my
You see,
brother
that's
was
the
just
power of music, you see.
yeah, it will like
It will drag you to,
it'll
it'll make you do
influence
things.
it'll influence your what
Behavior.
yeah, like you I don't know how to say, like it just makes you want to dance and whatever. And then my brother, like when he was only like 1 or 2 years old back in then, and he'll like dance with me also. So yeah, I don't know how that Thai song came about, but then, yeah, that's how we got to this topic. And I think back then my dad loved modern talking, the disco songs. I don't know whether you all know this tune.
Modern talking.
Yeah, with all the lights, right? In club, we got the disco light. And the ball.
You got example or not? Can you
What?
sing one example?
I don't have an example of the song
Disco,
title,
ah.
but I only know like the melody. But I'm not gonna sing it here because I think I would just
I know
just
one.
destroy
I
the
know
song.
one.
oh yeah, Nino, go.
September by Earth, Wind and Fire.
But
Do
that's
you
not modern
remember?
That's
talking.
English. Nino, that's
Oh,
English.
Yeah.
No, modern
like
talking is
only
English
English.
songs.
Correct
Really?
what? English, right?
Modern talking is like their genre
The
is
disco
disco
one,
and
right?
yeah, and but then like they
Hano
sing
Hano.
English songs. Yeah. No, they don't speak Thai the last time I checked.
Wait, then
Yeah.
what are the Thai songs that you listen to?
China Dolls. They disbanded already. It
Oh.
was just two of them, one
I
Taiwanese,
have
one
never
Thai.
heard of. Let,
I
let
have
me
Okay.
never
tell
heard
you.
of it also.
Let
It's
me tell
okay.
you, okay, my Chinese songs, right, what I listened to when I was a kid, right, is either Deng Lijun or Zhang Xueyu. That's only
Okay,
this.
What
for
about
non
SHE? Hello.
No, I never
so for
did.
the
I was only introduced to them in secondary school.
are you serious?
Yeah, and it's after
Nice.
secondary.
Oh my god, like when I was in primary school, my aunt from my mother's side, right, she'll bring her CDs over and then she'll play SHE songs like the Real Die something like that one. Whatever. All
Wow.
the
Clap, guys,
very
clap.
I don't know whether you mean that sarcastically or what is it?
like SHE, then you have Wu Bai. You know who's Wu Bai, right?
Time is it?
No.
Oh my gosh, there's this
Oh my
this
gosh, that's
male
so
rock singer.
fine.
Yakib is technically correct, but not correct. Then we have
Okay, so
also
guys,
the Canto songs, yeah.
yeah, so let's just go back to the topic. So we're talking about like how music is really influencing people's behavior, right? So in your opinion, what are the factors or aspects and how music can influence behavior of people around you or
I think
yourself even? Who wanna start?
this can be a very big discussion point because it can extend to influencing culture also. So I don't know, like I think we can open the I think Keith should
Wait,
should
how about I start first? As just
Okay.
like
Okay, sure.
a throwback. I think right, one of the most like the memories that I will never forget, right, back in PJ, right, PJC, Pioneer JC. So shout out to those who are watching from PJ.
now it's JPJC.
Yeah, our school
JPJC,
is
no, it's
gone.
JPJC. So right, you know this morning assembly, right? Before this morning assembly, they'll
Oh,
play
yeah.
that song. You know,
I'm
on the
I
explosive.
remember.
Those who
Yes.
are always
Go
late,
ahead,
right? You won't even know.
Born explosive. Cause me, right, I'll be coming from the bus stop, okay, from Tech Y bus stop. So when we pass by the secondary school, there's like one whole stretch of
Stretch.
pathway, right?
It's a
Yeah,
clear
before you-
pathway one.
before you
It's
re-
meant, it's
before
as
you
though
reach
it's
the
meant for
gate,
you to
right?
sprint.
It's meant for you to sprint one. So you can hear the music playing from the school itself. So if you listen to the this verse already, right? You know that you have to run. Confirm you have to run. It's not like you'll
And then
be
the
late.
whole hall, you all just run together.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
correct,
can see
correct.
everyone running.
It's like we are
like
going
mad
for
like that.
war, you know, like we just chiong all the way to the school gate. Everyone will be like, it's like everyone will be trying to get their finger on that thumbprint thing to check in before the timing so that we won't be late.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes,
There was a
so
queue.
one second late,
remember.
right, you're already late one day.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then okay, then never mind. Then those who didn't manage to get their thumbprint in time, right? Then you see there's a large mass of people in the foyer. Then the discipline master will come, they go there, and then who's
Oh
first
my
time,
God.
second time, third time offender. Yeah, but like it's
Is it Joseph Lee?
let's not call names. I cannot.
Yeah,
remember.
let's not call names. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then I
But
think
yeah.
like it influences behavior in the sense like a song can evoke some kind of memory or some kind of reflex. Like the moment it plays, you know you have to do something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a
I
way,
get.
it really influences our behavior before lah. Because you know, right, once this music ends, right, you'll be late already. So you got
It's
the
an
urgency to do
association.
things.
It's an association
Yeah.
with something that will give us a sense of urgency. But I think like to put it a little bit more broad, right? If you just remember just now Keith was talking about the Baby Shark tune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And today is the let me see, today's the 8th of
8
yeah, today's
September.
the 8th of September. Tomorrow is 9/9. So recently on Shopee there's this 9/9 sale, right? And then we
Oh,
previously we
yeah.
always heard
Yeah.
Shopee the jingle
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sing that jingle, but it's like it goes along the lines of the Baby Shark tune. And that I don't know, I think like things like that, those kind of promotional videos, more or less they are there to like for us to associate that tune with with the platform. Because Baby Shark is just so popular, then they want to like build on this trend, right? So that the association sticks with us, and then whenever you hear Baby Shark, we always think of like, okay, Shopee, for example.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I
So
think
were you guys influenced by that particular? Were you like influence your purchasing? What do you call that?
This sample size is a bit small.
Yeah.
Not
but
really leh.
I don't think it's
Like,
like a direct thing.
It's more of like the song plays and then it just reminds you, oh, Shopee exists.
yeah,
Yeah,
Just
it's
for me
that.
lah. Like I will
there's
choose whichever platform to buy from depending on how
The
good it is.
price. Yeah.
The price,
Yeah,
right?
like
Ultimately, the
price, my
price is
experience
good, right?
using it, the seller and everything, rather than listening to the song.
Yeah, but
yeah,
then that's
but
the point, you see, because it's supposed to remind you that Shopee exists. That's
exactly.
the entire point of the campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember that when Shopee comes out with all those songs, right? Like we all collectively hate it.
Yeah, but
As
it's so
a
catchy now
but
that you
That's the
can't
thing.
yeah, but
get
because
rid
Can't
of
forget
it.
about it. Yeah.
it's not that whether you like it or not. It's whether or not
You get
would
reminded.
spread the word about the song.
Something
That
like
is how brands do catchy songs nowadays, if you realize. That's why Shopee is so good at it, because they either make the song pretty good
or pretty bad.
or pretty
Very
bad,
good.
right? To the point where people will always talk about it. And then you just need to add a celebrity, right, that is totally unrelated to anything about Shopee and buying stuff. Yeah,
Like
and then
the most recent Jackie Chan one.
yes, exactly, yeah. Then
Oh,
then
yeah,
you get
yes.
this wonderful amalgamation of like subpar quality matched with amazing like mega company style quality of an advertisement, right? And then people will be like, it's Shopee. Like you come to realize that every time people post something now, right, like from Shopee, right, it's like, oh, it's a Shopee thing. And then every time people play a song about that, right, it's like it's just stuck in your head. Like that Baby Shark parody, and then even now it's still stuck in my head because we're talking about it now. It's really stuck in my head. Yeah, and
Just now, Celestine mentioned NDP, right? NDP songs. So what do you guys think about those like songs, jingle
The sense
NDP
of-
songs?
I mean, definitely once you hear Home, right? Everyone, at least the younger generation, we all know the lyrics.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, since
From your
primary
heart.
school, right?
Yeah. It's somehow like reminiscent. It's a reminiscing song at this point of time, and like if there are enough people that sing it, right, some people will start tearing up one. Like even if you are like okay about how Singapore is, but that song itself like brings the emotion out. Like
The sense
yeah.
of belonging, right, to your country.
the sense of
sense
belonging
of
and,
pride.
yeah. Things like that, and I feel that is very that really in a way brings about like how powerful music is lah.
Like a sense of togetherness, like something
Yeah.
in common, again, common
Like,
memories.
Yeah, even if you bring it outside Singapore, right? Like you bring it to a global level, right? If you listen to Elvis Presley's for Can't Stop Falling in Love with You, is that the title? Can't Help, right?
Can't help.
Yeah.
Can't
The
stop
moment I forgot the lyrics, but the moment you hear the melody of the chorus, right? Everyone knows the song, at least in that generation, lah. Yeah, and that it always invokes this like bittersweet like longing for a love that doesn't exist, lah. Because
Wow.
I don't know about that song.
I mean, depends on the singer
It's
also.
like you revealing your data.
So it's like, yeah, so different. I find that songs are powerful in that way. Is that like they can really invoke the emotions and they can really influence the behavior. Like if you play a bad song, right, in the morning, right, sometimes I will actually feel like a bit down for like the first few hours of the day.
You'll be affected lah by it.
Yeah, it'll be quite like if I play a really like dark song while I'm like driving, right? Like something about like beating people or something like that, right? Or like a really rock-ish heavy metal genre, right? I actually get more salty while I drive on the road.
Is that a jab at my music taste, Keith?
Yeah, and then no, it's not. I'm just saying that because I listen to that sometimes. But then if I play like a more upbeat song, right, I'll be more pleasant and so-called forgiving to the people around my car.
But when you
Yeah.
play upbeat songs, right, is it like you inclined to speed up a little bit more? Is it?
I guess so. So like yeah, back to how it influence yeah. So an upbeat song will be like, yeah, it makes you want to go to a destination faster, but in a more happier mood. Then if let's say you go like play like some clubbing song or dubstep, you know, where it's like and then like you just makes you feel very
Very pumped up. Like
Pumped up,
pumped up.
yeah.
pumped up, yeah. That's how all the young punks like to sorry. That's how all the young people that try to be cool like to play those kind of songs. Yeah.
But say sorry, later the YPs hunt you down.
Oh
It's
no.
okay, we are only five of us working. 4 people working.
But speaking
Yeah.
of global perspective, right? You mentioned about just now. So you all remember the songs where the artists like sang together as one, and then after that they recorded the whole song. It's a lot of
Heal the
singers
world,
and-
is it?
Is
I
it the
think
one? Yeah.
that's one. I think there's a We Are the World.
We Are the World and
We
Heal
are
the
Yeah,
World.
we are the world.
Mm.
Yeah.
We are the children. I think.
Yeah, one is for the earthquake victims, right, for Haiti.
Mm,
So I
mm.
feel like
Mm.
something that really
Call to action.
it calls to people to probably get them to send some
Donate.
donations, yes, some aid to Haiti, and I think most countries really did send some aid, which is very heartening to know, because like it brings out our human nature, like we care for each other, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awkward silence.
what do I oh yeah.
Yeah, but I
So
think
then-
like that's one part. I think like when you write the song, you perform the song together, and then you persuade people to do something about this crisis over in another country. I think that's like I guess that's a very, how to say, powerful way to get people to do something rather than send like putting up I don't know. I think music has this thing. There's just this kind of magic, I guess. Rather than having pictorials, because when you have the song, when you have that, I think the We Are the World, they have this music video that actually show the pictures of what's happening in Haiti, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which kind of help to appeal to the audience a little bit more and motivate them to do something about it. Yeah.
Mm. In terms of
I also see it in like the recent COVID-19 pandemic, especially the first few months where China was quite badly hit. A lot of the China artists actually did come up with like MV songs to kind of rally the Chinese together to fight against the pandemic and all that. So yeah, it's definitely music can be used as a call for action to rally people together. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Then like just want more like a random question is like if music is so powerful, right? Do you think you'll ever stop? Like when would people actually like end up stop like maybe
Stopping.
like preaching music? Like
The
has
music.
people actually, because we heard of like I'm sure you've heard of people that like are completely tone deaf and like have no emotion towards music, right? Like
Yeah,
would people
right,
that
right,
have
right.
appreciated music before, right, like stop indulging ourselves with that music, like with the emotion with music, I
The
guess.
flip side of it, right? Is that what you're trying to
So-
to
Yeah, something like
right,
that. It's like
I mean,
what happens if it's
definitely there will be, especially if you just keep playing like songs, the same songs over and over again on repeat. Eventually, you just kind of you will get sick of it. I mean, at least it does for me. Like, you get sick of it, when you just keep hearing the same thing, you don't hear something new. Definitely, eventually you kind of lose interest and you want to find something new to do instead. So it happens, but I wouldn't say I would stop indulging myself completely. Yeah.
But I think it's also very unlikely for people to stop indulging in it, because it's like it provides a sense of escape as well. Like that sense of being able to relate to a song or to the lyrics, whichever, it's something that is very rare. I think as we grow up, we also find it increasingly difficult. No, increasingly difficult to find these feelings of being related to something that is very close to home for each individual, I think. So even for most of us, I think it provides a sense of solace or comfort, right? So as human beings, I don't scientifically we are creatures who enjoys pleasure, which in this case, like this sense of comfort that music brings. So it's very hard for us to actually stop indulging in it. But I think if you want to flip the question around just to ask, like, when should we stop? I guess it's like when we forget to actually face the reality after having indulged in it.
So
like when
you are trapped in that particular dimension.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
How about those music, right? That's like explicit ones, especially when children will be exposed to such type of music, right? So because music is everywhere basically, and there's YouTube where children can just, it's very accessible. Children can just go to it and search some songs, and in the process they can encounter songs that are explicit, like I mentioned. Yeah.
Like what?
So explicit, right?
I kind of get what Nino means, because like especially a lot of rap songs, the ones that are not so mainstream, right? A lot of them talk about a lot of mature topics like violence, rape, drugs, all that kind of stuff, and how they indulge in it. So I see where Nino's coming from, but to be honest, I think it's going to be hard to control, because let's be frank now. During our childhood, we also listened to punk rock was very. It was very popular genre then.
Yeah.
So and it's also not the best, the most conducive of music
Not the
to
most
listen
healthy.
to. Yeah. So I think it's hard to draw a line, where okay, you need to stop indulging. But of course, if like what you mentioned earlier, if it starts affecting your emotions in real life, like to a very extreme extent, where you can't dissociate yourself from music and what's happening in reality, so the emotions from the song carry over into your real life, affecting you emotionally for maybe a long period of time, then of course it definitely, that is where something needs to be done, where you have to stop maybe listening to music, seek professional help or something. Yeah, that's definitely one instance that I can think of.
But in terms of explicit content, I think like it does influence behavior also. I feel like in recent years, like the more I observe like kids growing up, right? Like you see the way the mannerisms and things like that. Like the way they dress, even they are like getting more and more mature. Like back then, like right now, people like 13, 14-year-olds, they are wearing crop tops and then like those hot shorts. And then what was I wearing back then?
To be honest,
but
to be honest, that is more of media.
Their own decision.
That is how media popularizes, what is trending. And of course, I mean, at that age, who doesn't want to be trendy? So
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard to,
true.
you can't really, just pinpoint
Like we are
it.
not talking about like preventing, but I feel like it does because along with music there will be like some sort of like videos, right? You know, like
MV.
Yeah, correct. Then like you imitate how the person walk and talk and things like that. I don't know. Like I think
maybe talking, yeah, but I mean the dressing, I think it's
behavior in general, I would say. Like the thinking.
It might be a bit far-fetched because I mean mostly I would say behavior it's really more of your environment. So even if you listen to that kind of songs, but your environment's completely different, it's not necessarily that you will end up. So maybe there's a correlation, but I wouldn't say there's a causation. Yeah.
This sounds like
the
GE
in NUS. It's a module that we took.
Is it GR 1000? Is it?
Yeah, GR 1000.
I have no idea what it is. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I have no idea either, Keith. They're like the NUS kids, the non-NUS kids.
Oh my goodness.
It's like the statistics question, right? Just because it's a strong R square doesn't mean that, whatever. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Throwback. Yeah, so let's just quickly read some comments. Like, let's say hi to our BSS and fellow viewers. Yeah, Tita Ellen says hi guys. Ate Christine Manamtam watching from the Philippines. She also said hello, and who's this? Oh, Rosevilla Fernandez. Yes, she says hi guys. Rosevilla is my aunt. It's like all my Hojin gang relatives suddenly watching.
Hojin gang.
Yeah.
Hi, Renino's friends.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, so meet my friends from the Singapore scene. Yeah, my mom said while I'm baking, I'm listening to either Filipino love songs, and while she's cleaning, she likes to listen to old songs, Air Supply or Bee Gees. Yeah, it's like more of the upbeat ones. So I think baking she's relating it to love songs, like more calm in that, because
Air Supply is not upbeat.
Need to focus on the measurement, right?
Air Supply is not upbeat. Let me just correct you there.
Because you bake stuff with love, You bake stuff with love, so that's why you must listen.
So her baked goods have lots of love.
Yeah, that's right.
This one need air supply.
Oh my gosh, Keith.
You mean when you're using a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, because it's too tiring for her, is it?
Yeah, so need to
I'm wheezing down here.
Boost her mood, right? Yeah. Then she also said, I also play YouTube video, karaoke, and sing too. Then hi to Tess Aglupa, she's watching. Yep. And my previous our family helper, Ate Josephine. She's like my 7 years helper. She basically she's like has become a part of our family already. Yeah, Nathan Lee is watching, my friend, and I think Christine is also watching right now. Yeah, so hi to our fellow BSS. Yeah, so with that, so guys, what do you think of the statement? Music really brings inspiration in different facets like behavior, creativity, realization, and whatever we mentioned, call to action and possibilities. So is it really that powerful that it can, do multitudinal things in,
Multitudinal engineering. I don't know. I mean, how to say it.
One-liner, just like one-liner. So who will start first? Like, do you agree or disagree? Okay.
Is it one-liner, right? So like, yes, full stop.
You did a one-worder.
It's a one-line. She's not wrong.
Okay, fine. But do you want to expound on that?
I mean, we talked about it for an hour. I feel that we can all agree that it does inspire really different aspects of like behavior, creativity, and like even call to action lah. Like it really brings action out to things like the Haiti earthquake victims and stuff like that lah. Yeah, so
music it's powerful lah, but at the same time you have to like acknowledge that it can
Only
also
do
be
Distract
there's
you.
also a dark side to it rather than just a good side. So
Yeah,
it is very powerful.
It's powerful in both
we
ways.
just learn how to embrace music in our lives and make use, put it to good use, basically. Right? We all
Music is like
agree.
Star Wars lah. There's a light side and a dark side.
Oh my gosh, Keith.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah,
not
it's not
wrong.
wrong. But I think like apart from all these positive things that music can bring, I feel also there's only so much that music can really do. Like to say that it is the most powerful thing on earth to influence us, I don't think so. It is powerful,
It's like a
but
tool, I guess.
yeah, but it's only
Yeah.
I feel like it's only
Part of it.
momentary. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really depending on the individuals on how far they want to take this inspiration to, So I think that would be just my take on this topic in terms of this inspiration. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Anyone want to add something else? Brenda?
Yes.
You guys have
Full
said
stop.
everything. What else am I gonna,
Okay.
add on? So
Okay.
yeah, yes, full stop.
Okay, so yes, music is very powerful in whatever
Or like
way.
whatever that Celeste said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever Celeste said.
Oh my
She
god.
said.
That is like the so for context, right? So basically when we were like conceptualizing this podcast, then we have to we are like just sharing about how we feel about doing this podcast. So I started out first, right, knowing myself, and then Brenda will just add on and say, oh, whatever Celeste just said. Like we were all
I've
speechless.
expected that this will be like brought up in a podcast.
Yeah.
Like
It will
totally
be.
not surprised.
It will be.
I was
It's
waiting
like
for
the-
it to come.
like
Like
the-
expect more of this.
this is just the first episode, and we already have we already have like the famous quotes from the host.
whatever.
Yeah.
Celeste.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Celeste.
So
Whatever
yeah,
she said.
before everything goes out of, I want to say out of the world.
Of control.
Yeah, out of control. And so with that, we really come to the end of another episode of full of laughter and serious banter. So make sure to really like and follow our page for more updates. And if you really want to win the 2 chocolate cakes, right, go and like, follow, and share our page as well as this live video. Okay,
No,
guys?
you need to PM Nino.
Yeah.
PM.
Yeah.
Slide into his DMs,
He's
guys.
Slide their
available.
DMs. Yeah,
Open
so
to the
Yeah.
market.
Your
Yeah,
height, your
once
age,
again-
your occupation, your number of children.
Now don't forget annual income.
Yes, annual income is important.
Net income. Minus
Yes.
CPF.
whatever, lah, guys. So once again, I'm Nino.
I'm Brenda.
I'm Keith.
I'm Krista.
I'm Sal. Be sure to tune in again at the
BS
BS
hour.
hour.
I
Thank
think the
you,
time
Bye,
is
guys.
off. I think it's off. Bye.
Bye.